Imagine this. You're lost in the woods, with nothing but the clothes on your back and a month of summer ahead. What would you do? Picture the lush greenery around you, the chirping of birds in the background, and the peaceful silence broken only by the rustling of leaves under your feet. But this seemingly beautiful scenario quickly turns into a daunting challenge. You're alone, isolated from the world. The immediate hurdles are clear. Finding food and water to sustain yourself, shelter to protect from the elements, and a sense of direction to navigate through the wilderness. Being lost in the woods is a test of resilience, resourcefulness, and survival instincts. The harsh realities of nature can be unforgiving. It's not just about enduring the physical challenges, but also about overcoming the mental and emotional strains that come with isolation. Over the next few minutes, we will guide you through the steps to survive in such a situation. First things first, you need to find or build a shelter. Now, this isn't just about throwing up a tent and calling it a day. There are a few key factors you need to consider when it comes to finding the perfect location for your shelter. Look around you. Proximity to water and food sources is crucial. No one wants to trek miles for a drink or a meal. Yet, be mindful about not setting up too close to a water source, as it might attract unwanted animal attention, or even be prone to flooding. Protection from wind and rain is another important aspect. An area shielded by trees or a cliff can provide a natural barrier against harsh weather, but be wary of places that may be prone to landslides or falling branches. Visibility for potential rescuers is also key. If you're lost, you want to be found. So while seclusion is important for safety, make sure you're not entirely hidden from view. A smoke signal from a campfire can also aid in your rescue. Now let's talk about building your shelter. You don't need to be an architect to construct a survival abode. Use what nature provides. Branches can form a sturdy frame, while leaves and vines can serve as insulation and cover. Remember, your shelter is more than just a roof over your head. It's your protection, your resting place, and your base of operations. With a shelter in place, you've got protection from the elements, a place to rest, and a base for your survival efforts. Scene script. Next on the survival checklist is water. Staying hydrated is vital when you're alone in the wilderness. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, dizziness, and confusion, which are the last things you need when you're trying to survive. So let's dive into some practical tips for finding and purifying water in the wilderness. First, let's talk about rainwater. It's one of the cleanest sources of water you can find in nature. You can collect it using any clean container or even a leaf. Just make sure to place your collection device in an open area, away from tree canopies or cliffs that might contaminate the water with dirt or debris. Now, if rain is not an option, you might want to consider digging for a water source. Look for areas where vegetation is lush or where animals are frequently seen. These are often good indicators of a nearby water source. Once you've found a spot, start digging. The hole should fill up with water from the ground. But here's the crucial part. You can't just drink the water as is. It needs to be purified to remove potential bacteria or parasites. Boiling the water is a reliable method, but if you don't have a fire, you can use a water filter or purification tablets if you have them in your survival kit. Remember, water is life, so make sure you always have a reliable source. Now that you've got shelter and water, it's time to find food. Finding food in the wilderness can be a daunting task, but with a bit of knowledge and creativity, it's entirely doable. Let's start with the basics. Edible plants. Many plant species are safe to eat and can provide essential nutrients. Berries, nuts, and wild greens like dandelions or chickweed are good options. Just remember, if you're unsure about a plant's edibility, it's better to leave it alone. Insects, while not the most appetizing idea, are a rich source of protein. Grubs, ants, and beetles can be found under rocks or in rotten logs. Cooking them over a fire can help to kill any harmful bacteria and make them more palatable. Setting traps for small animals can also provide a much-needed protein source. Simple snares or pitfall traps can be effective in catching small game like rabbits or squirrels. All you need are some sticks, cordage, and a bit of patience. If you're near a stream or river, fishing could be a viable option. A sharpened stick can serve as a makeshift spear, or you can fashion a simple line and hook from some cordage and a bent piece of wire. Remember, maintaining a balanced diet is crucial for preserving your energy and health. Your body needs a mix of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, so diversify your food sources as much as possible. In the wilderness, food is energy, and energy is survival, so make sure to keep your energy levels up. Surviving in the woods for a month in the summer is no easy task. Indeed, we've journeyed through the essentials of wilderness survival, highlighting the importance of finding or building a shelter, sourcing water, and securing food. Shelter is your first line of defense against the elements. A well-constructed shelter can mean the difference between a miserable night and a restful sleep. It's crucial to remember that location matters. Picking the right spot can keep you safe from floods, falling branches, and unwelcome wildlife. Water, the lifeblood of survival, is next on the list. Remember, a human can only survive 3 days without it. So, knowing how to find water in the wild is a vital skill. Natural springs, dew collection, or even transpiration bags with plants can be your saving grace. Food is the fuel that keeps you going. While a human can survive up to 3 weeks without it, energy levels will significantly drop, affecting your ability to perform essential survival tasks. Recognizing edible plants, trapping small game, or fishing can keep you nourished and energized. But these are just the basics. There's a world of wilderness survival skills out there for you to explore and master. Always be prepared, as the unexpected can happen at any time. Equip yourself not only with physical tools, but also with the knowledge and skills necessary for survival. Remember, knowledge is power, so arm yourself with the power to survive, and who knows, you might just turn a month in the woods into an adventure of a lifetime.